have tonight. So this is the second part of the January Q&A. So it's going to be in two segments, I guess, tonight. So this is part two. Sorry about you guys that got cut off. I'm going to go ahead and reread this question that came in regarding bamboos, so you can kind of follow along. So this is the bamboo question that came in on Patreon. We found some free 30-foot bamboo that we tried to cut down and take. We're hoping to propagate it for a privacy fence and start it maybe even from seed. My plant ID app labeled it as common bamboo. Any planting suggestions? Does it go straight in the ground? Does it go in pots? What size cuttings would you recommend? The original is 30 foot tall, and can we plant it now? So first, let me say I love bamboo. I'm a huge bamboo fan. I think it is fantastic for animal forage, for animal fodder. It is a massively, massively beneficial plant, and I think it is wonderful in the ecosystem to know what type of bamboo that you are getting. Plant a random bamboo, because if it happens to be a runner or a spreader, it's going to be the wrong plant to do as a privacy fence. The key with bamboo, and I learned this from my friend Shanti Pierce, who is like one of the leading experts that I've ever heard about bamboo. She always said it's all about the right plant in the right place. So you want to have the right plant in the right spot. Now, if you've got a property that is hundreds or thousands of acres, maybe a running bamboo is going to be good for you. However, under most circumstances, running bamboos are not the answer. You want clumpers, especially in USDA zones 9 to 11. Do not buy bamboo from some random person on the side of the road, and do not get a bamboo from someone who is not 100% sure what variety it is, because chances of them being wrong are big, like really big. So, if it were me, I would not use that bamboo. I mean, I hate to say it. I would get a bamboo from someone that I know, that I trust. Even if the person has said, oh, I know for sure it's never spread, it's never been a problem. I have just met way too many people that have bought bamboo or, got some freebies from someone that they were told the exact same thing, and they were very, very sorry later on. So I hate to say that, but especially if you're using like a plant app and it just says common bamboo, I would not put that in the ground. I would just pass it up. I would wait and get a bamboo that you know is going to be the right plant in the right place. Now, if you do happen to get a good bamboo, you're 100% sure that you know the variety that it is 100% from, but you know as well, this is what the bamboo is. Then you're good to plant. Bamboo in Central Florida, we can plant any time of the year. Now, this time of year, bamboo is going to be focused more on the root system, versus if you plant it during rainy season, you're going to get a lot more above ground growth. Either of those are totally fine options. Now, when you do plant bamboo, bamboo is a very fungally dominated plant. It loves fungally dominated soils. So wood chips, wood chips, wood chips. You're not going to be doing a lot of bacterially based like sprays. You're not doing a lot of probiotics. You're not doing JDAM a lot with bamboos. They really want that fungally dominated soil. So think mushrooms, think wood chips, decomposing leaves. That is going to be where bamboo really thrives and puts on her best for you. So, going back to that question, planting suggestions, covered it. Does it go straight in the ground? Yes. What size cuttings? You really only need like one of the roots with one stalk, and cut the stalk off at the top so it stresses it and puts it down into the ground. Now, if you are in Central Florida, we're actually doing a free class the third Tuesday of February, where Shanti Pierce is going to come and talk about bamboo. How do you plant it? How do you propagate it? Different varieties. And that will be filmed, I believe. And if it is, it'll be put on the Ad Astra, ADASTRA Gardens YouTube channel. So Shanti Pierce, and that will be February. I think it's the 20th in the room right now. Yes, so it should be. It will be awesome. So that will. We got some free banana trees. Did that just disconnect? Here we go. We got some free banana trees from some neighbors, have no idea what they are, and have struggled to get them to produce with the frost. Can you recommend a good fruiting variety that has some good leaves? Our sheep loves the leaves. This must be Misty. Sheep love the leaves. So bananas, if you don't know what they are, I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just plant more. You could even try cutting down a couple of the mother plants so the energy goes to the next generation of pups and just try and reset them. But remember, bamboos or bananas are really heavy feeders. But you know, sometimes you get a weird variety and it just refuses to fruit, and that's okay. You can just use it as chop and drop to feed ones that you like. So some of my favorites, my personal favorite of the bananas is Kokopo. I love Kokopo. It is orange on the outside, orange in the middle. It is arguably the healthiest banana in the world because it does have beta carotene. So that's my personal fave, is Kokopo. Grand Naim is really good. Blue Java is it's okay. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many varieties. You probably want to stay away from the dwarfs. The dwarfs, but anything else is going to be pretty darn good. And if you can get a hold of Eli Reed, that dude has got some great banana varieties. I'm not sure if he's selling right now or not, but I'm pretty sure that he is. So next one here, we would like to plant a bamboo fence from seed. Given the cost of plants, I would just say don't. Bamboo from seed is super hard. Just wait and get a plant. If you do it from seed, good luck. You're better than I am because I utterly failed. So I can give you no good, honest advice there about bamboo from seed. It's just not easy, and it's just very, very time consuming. You're going to be years, like 5, 8 minutes. But as far as what Graceful is probably my favorite. Graceful is very, very easy to hedge. It has leaves that come all the way down, even to the ground. So that one is really nice. If you want to see more of the stalks of bamboo, those nice, beautiful stems. Sea Breeze, I think, is very, very pretty. Alphonse Carr is another one. That one even has like a yellowish stem. If you want some that are a little funky, Angel Mist is almost like a tan color. So Angel Mist is like 10 feet. I'd probably do Fernleaf, would be the one that I would do. That's my favorite for forage too, for animal fodder, is Fernleaf. Let's see, so the next one on here, you probably said this about 8 million times, but what avocado varieties, I don't even care if I've said it 9 million times. If we're talking about avocados, beloved, amen. So what avocado varieties grow best in Central Florida, and what time of year would you plant them? So time of year to plant, Easter time. Definitely wait until after Easter because it's warm enough, we're past the danger of frost, and then you have 9 months until the possibility of frost. So all of that energy goes down. Like in Central Florida, we can get avocado varieties that June and July, things like that, and go all the way until like now, even into February. So some of my favorite ones, I would say for guacamole, absolute favorite, 100% love dog for guacamole. Also really enjoy Oro Negro if you like the guacamole. Mexicola Grande is one of my new up-and-coming favorites, I think, for guac. It's a good multi-purpose black skin. And when you do get a black skin avocado, technically you can eat the skin. It's kind of like a licoricey star anise to me, so I'm not in love with it. But it is. So those are probably my favorite for guacamole. Favorite for slicing and dicing or salads or just chopping up. Winter Mexican is the one that's kind of ripening right now, is a really good one for that. Wurtz, W-U-R-T-Z is really nice. Marcus Pumpkin is okay for that. Fantastic is kind of I don't love the Fantastic is not fantastic to me, but I will say Fantastic is cold hardy down to 15 to 17 degrees. So that's your bulletproof one. So if you're in like North Florida or you're getting some really intense cold snaps, yeah, get a Fantastic, get a Joey. They're also cold hardy, or like really cold hardy, but yeah, those are probably my favorites on the note of avocados. The next question on here is, I'm emailing you a picture of a prolific producing avocado. A friend of mine got it on Facebook or Craigslist, doesn't know what kind it is. So for that one individually, I'll go ahead and just email you back. But in general, when you're trying to decide what variety it is or figure it out, I'll be honest, it's really hard. Really, really hard because they can cross pollinate. It can grow from seed. It can be an open air hybridized one. But a couple things, if you're trying to narrow it down, first is when does it flower? Because not all avocados flower at the same time. Also, they don't fruit at the same time. So if you know when it flowers, when it fruits, and then also what color skin does it have? Does it have green? Does it have black? So that will help you narrow it down a little bit further as well. And then the taste, obviously. So those are going to be the main things to find out. So with your friends, make sure that you let me know when did it flower, what month was the fruit ripe, and that will help narrow. But it may not be a 100% answer either, because again, it could be planted from seed that somebody just threw in their backyard and it happened to do well. So the next question on here is from a client that we did a food forest design and install for them in the spring of 2023. And they're wanting to know, is it okay to let my trees produce fruit this year? The answer is yes. Now, the general rule of thumb is that for 1 calendar year, you don't want to let them produce fruit. So you want to just let all of the energy go to the roots. Now, here's the deal. If you just save 1 fruit on the tree thinks there's fruit all over that tree. So you actually have to hand pick your peaches, your pear, your plum, your nectarine, your apples, your avocados, your mangoes. You have to pick all of the fruit off of that tree, so that way all of the energy is able to go to the roots. It's not one of those things that you're like, well, I'll just leave one because I really wanted it. Well, you might as well have left all of them because your tree is requiring the nutrients that it would normally be putting to the roots, you know. So the general rule of thumb is for 1 calendar year, don't let fruit trees produce. Now, berry trees you can. So things like mulberries or Patangatuba, yellow star cherry, cherry of the Rio Grande, Grumichama, you know, all of those guys, let berries produce the first year. In fact, a lot of those, like I'll get mulberries that are 6 inches tall and they produce in the pot. So let berries, you know, do their thing. But as long as it's been in the ground 1 calendar year, and for this client in particular, you're totally okay with your apples, your peaches, your mangoes, you had avocados. Go ahead and let those produce and you will be absolutely fine. So those are the 11 questions that we had in our Patreon list of questions this month. And I'm so sorry that the broadcast got cut in half. For whatever reason, YouTube is being really fussy tonight. That's just part of the risk of doing live broadcast. So for those of you that are watching this afterwards, this video is the second part of a 2-part for the January live Q&A. As usual, thank you so much, the patrons and the Patreon community. It's because of your support that we're able to do these videos, that I'm able to get online and answer these questions. So thank you so much for that support. If you are not a part of the Patreon community, we do live classes, workshops, we have PDF documents, live Q&A. So we have a lot of offerings for the Patreon community. So if you are interested in that, it's patreon.com/permaculturefx. We'd love to have you join us for that journey. So remember, no matter what you're doing in the garden this month, the key in January is just rest. Enjoy the down season, enjoy being dormant yourself. So even if you're one of the snowbirds that came down from those northern cold states because it's warm, you know, down in the southern states, still rest. Still enjoy the down season, the Sabbath rest that we get in these winter months. And as usual, have fun most of all, and I will see you, of course, in the garden. I'll see you soon.